What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Team FISHKNUCKLES YouTube channel. Today is day one of testing for Memphis regionals, and we looked at the decks yesterday, and probably the best deck overall was the Gardevoir or Brokenvoir deck, as they call it. So today we're going to look at that. Now, it is basically Gardevoir, except that it plays 4 Max Potions of 1/1 Octillery. It plays 1 Parallel City, and it does play some interesting like Ralts and Kirlia, which I don't even know the reason why, but I guess we'll look here in a second and see what we're going to find out. Now, this is Chris Szymanski's list that he used at London, and it's pretty much the standard like Brokenvoir. I mean, there might be some things that change here and there, but this is definitely the, I guess, the normal kind of build. So let's go over his deck. So first thing, like I said, he plays different kind of routes. There's the Smack routes, a Psychic. It's weak to Psychic, and this one's weak to Metal. I think the reasoning behind this is for Regigigas, maybe, but only plays the 1, so maybe he's trying to hit for Psychic weakness. I don't actually know, but playing more of these routes actually might be better now, just because Registeel is running around now, and that's pretty scary. This route does have Draining Kiss, which might be good. But the non-steel weakness might be actually better than the steel weakness, because the Registeel can just one-shot this with 1 energy. Then you have the Kirlia, so he plays 2 Psychic ones, which has the Beckett and the Quick Turn. Oh, wrong way. This one has 80 HP as well. This has Smack and Magical Shot. Once again, maybe for the weakness. Maybe we're trying to hit for Psychic weakness or something. I just don't know it. Maybe it's for Buzzwole. I don't know. Maybe it's just like that's what he had at the time, and that's why he put it in the deck, because they both have 1 retreat cost. So maybe it just happened to be that he had the Psychic Kirlia and not the Fairy Kirlia. I'm still not 100% sure. Unfortunately, I don't think they make that much of a difference besides the weakness for steel. That's probably the biggest one overall. But next up is actually the Gardevoir line. There's 2 Gallade with the Premonition to rearrange the top 5 cards of your deck and send to the blade 60. If you play a supporter card, it does 70 more damage. And of course, the Gardevoir-GX, that Secret Spring ability to attach an extra energy. Infinite Force, 30 damage times the energy attached to both Pokemon. And Twilight GX, shuffle 10 cards from your discard pile back into your deck. He did play 3 Lele for consistency, 1 Vulpix for that beacon to search for a Pokemon, which is really nice because everybody in your deck has a 1 retreat cost, so you can, if you have the Vulpix in your deck, you can always retreat to Vulpix turn 1 and use that beacon attack. And there's also a 1/1 Octillery, which partners well with the Gallade. And Octillery is also just really good for like late games in to Abyssal Hand to draw to have 5 cards in your hand. So that's going to be all the Pokemon in your deck. Nothing pretty crazy there. But 2 Field Blower to get rid of tools and stadiums in your opponent's side of the field, which is really nice against Gardevoir. And then you have the Twilight GX, get those back in your hand if needed. And 4 Max Potion. This is what people are calling the deck Brokenvoir, because with Gardevoir, you know, you have the Secret Spring, so you can always like attach and then Secret Spring energies and just constantly do so much damage. And you just Max Potion damage off your Gardevoir. It has 230 HP, and that's what makes the deck so good. I wonder why it took some people like such a long time to play Max Potions instead of Acerola. I think it's because they were scared of like Gardevoir, but then you're like, I have Twilight GX, so what are we doing here? Before Rare Candy, trying to get those Guardians out ASAP. 2 Super Rod, which goes well with the Max Potions, because you are discarding a bunch of your favorite energies when you do that. 4 Ultra Ball for Pokemon. 1 Parallel City, to make it where water Pokemon do less damage, or put your opponent's side of the field down to 3, or your side of the field down to 3, which is definitely situational. I don't know 100% the reason behind Parallel City. I know there probably is like a huge like reasoning and blah 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 blah, but I haven't played Gardevoir that much anymore, so I don't know the reasoning. But hey, we'll play it today. We'll see what happens. That's what we're here for. That's why we're here today. 2 Brigette, of course, search your Pokemon. 3 Guzma, 4 N, and 3 Sycamore. Now 3 Sycamore is because we play the 4 Max Potions and we want to save resources, stuff like that. So that's why they're playing the 3 instead of the 4. 2 Choice Band to do additional 30 damage. 4 DC and 7 Fear Energy. Now the one thing that's kind of interesting is there's no like Float Stone, but I guess you do run like the 3 Guzmas and the DCEs, and you get attach and Secret Spring to retreat like an Octillery, because you get Secret Spring to anybody. So yeah, so what we're gonna do for these series is we're just gonna play 3 games with the deck and see how it goes, and I think that's what we're gonna do, and kind of like talk about it while we play. So we're just gonna go versus. Let's go play versus. Let's go to Standard, and let's scroll over, and let's find it's the very first deck there. That's Chris Shermansky's deck, and let me fix this real quick. Let me switch some things around. Let's edit the scene. Let me drag my head over. Oh, flying! Alright, so we're playing against, I don't know, it has dark in it. I want to say it's, I don't know, it has dark in it, so that's the weird thing. Alright, so we're playing against some kind of dark deck. Yes, of course we want to go first Pokemon. Are you kidding me? Alright, well, oh boy. Alright, we'll press done, and right now, okay, so you got a mulligan, that's good to see. Okay, so we'll get some new cards, and alright, so it's a Zoroark Rainbow type deck. Alright, so it is maybe it's like Zoroark, Gallade, and like Sudowoodo fighting. Yeah, we'll draw both the mulligans. Alright, there's a Lele, press done. And there is a Zora. Alright, so we're gonna bench the Remoraid. Part of me wants to hold the Tapu Lele and just pass right now. Which I think I'm going to do. We could Parallel City our opponent down to 3. And make it where they can't Lele this turn, which actually seems pretty good. So actually I'm going to do right there now. I'm just going to put their side down to 3. They have to counter our stadium to actually use Lele this turn. And I'm just going to pass. I don't want to attach the Fear Energy to Ralts because he can like knock us out this turn. And that would be very nice. But right now we have the Rare Candy Gardevoir. And oh, I had the M. No. Alright, so we both get new hands up 6. We had the Lele Rare Candy. We had everything we needed. Alright, so we get Brigette here, we get a Fear Energy, there's a Zora coming down, and pass onto our turn. Alright, so we get a Ralts. Alright, so we can Brigette here. With the Brigette, we can grab the Vulpix, and I think just a Vulpix. We could grab a Ralts. Yeah, so I'm gonna grab a Ralts, bench both the Ralts. So, bench a Ralts, bench a Ralts. Fear Energy to the active, retreat into the Vulpix, evolve into Kirlia, and we will beacon here. Yeah, we'll beacon this turn. And with the beacon, we'll grab a, we prize Octillery. That's not good. We'll grab a Gardevoir and a Kirlia. Yeah, so we'll grab these two. Now, one thing that's really good in this matchup is also the Gallade. So maybe we should grab a Gallade. I don't know. If he takes a knockout this turn, we can just like promote the Kirlia, attach a DC in, and just hope to hit a Gallade. But they receive in, so we'll get a new hand of 6. Okay. So let's see, what do we find here? Can we find a Gallade and a DC? There's a DC, and there's a Lele, but no in right now. Okay. So trade. Gonna discard a card from the hand, draw 2 new cards. Okay. Now the good thing about Gallade is it doesn't get one-shot by Zoroark. It only does 120 with Riotous Beating with the full bench. So that's really good in this matchup. So see a trade, discard a Choice Band. There's a Riotous Beating for 60. Taking a knockout, going to 5 price cards. So we'll send the Kirlia, and hopefully we can just draw into the Gallade or an Ultra Ball. There's a Brigette. That's pretty useless. We'll put a DC on the active. Choice Band a bench. And we'll play it in. Get a new hand of 6. Can we find an Ultra Ball or a Gallade here? And we find an Ultra Ball and a Rare Candy, okay? So, we can Ultra Ball to discard an Ultra Ball and a Choice Band. We'll grab a Gallade, okay? So, we'll Gallade, put a Gallade in the active spot. We will Rare Candy into a Gardevoir. We will Seeker Spring to the bench Gardevoir. And we will use Premonition to rearrange the top 5 cards of our deck. And let's see, we'll put Sycamore top, and then everything else doesn't really matter. Alright, so there we go. So now we're guaranteed a supporter card, and we will Sensitive Blade for the knockout, going down to 4 prize cards. Alright, so there we go, Gallade making a big hit in this Zoroark. Okay, so taking 2 prize cards. There's an Octillery and a Sycamore. So we're good next turn. We got Octillery. We got some good stuff going. There's a Zoroark from the active spot. Alright, so things are looking good for us. We can have Octillery out next turn. We got a Sycamore coming. And we can knock out a Zora. They can't knock us out unless they play Kukui. They gotta play Kukui and get rid of the Parallel City to knock out this Gallade because it has 150. No, and actually, it wouldn't. It would only do 140, so they actually can't take a knockout on it. There's a Trubbish come down, a Rainbow Energy to the Trubbish. Right now we have 1, 2, 3, 4 in the discard. Not too worried about that. And they receive Ultra Ball, discarding their own Parallel City and a Brigette there. Alright, so Parallel City, not very good for my opponent. Alright, so there's a Lele. And Lele will probably just find him a... I don't know. It could find him in here to try to disrupt us. Or he can go Sycamore and try to guarantee some cards. But let's see what it goes here. So there's an N. Alright, he wants to disrupt our hand. That's fine, I guess. Because we still take a knockout with Sensitive Blade. It does 60 times 2, 120 right now, which knocks out the Zora. And let's see, what cards do we get? There's a... Okay, so we have Octillery. We got a Max Potion. We get a Abyssal Hand, and Premonition, all that kind of good stuff. There we see a Gardevoir-GX going to the bench. He already has a Rainbow Energy to Trubbish, so I'm not too concerned about that. And one thing I might want to do is try to find a Guzma Energy to knock out the bench guy. So we get an Octillery, put that down. We can Premonition right now. And then draw 1 card. Or we get this in and draw 2 with the Premonition Octillery. So I'm going to go for in right now. So I'm going to draw a little bit more with this card. So there you see a Field Blower, a DCE. And a Field Blower is actually really good for next turn. And... oh, actually I only get to draw 1. So I guess I'll Premonition. Okay. Alright, so let's see here. We can put Gardevoir, Rare Candy, and in? No, that wouldn't work. No, yeah, that'd be good. Okay. Yeah, so I'm gonna do this. Okay, so we'll put the rest like this. And what this is gonna do is I'm gonna Abyssal Hand it for 1. Next turn we will draw. Yeah, so yeah, we'll be fine. We'll be good with this. So Abyssal Hand to draw a card. Next turn we'll top deck the Rare Candy. We'll Rare Candy, and then we'll draw more cards. So Sensitive Blade for the knockout here. Okay. Doing 260. Gonna have 3 price cards. We find a Tapu Lele. Okay. Here comes Trubbish. And what could Trubbish do here? It's really not going to do too much. I guess it does hit for weakness. Which is always definitely a problem. But if he evolves this Trubbish into the Toxin Garbodor, or not the Trashlands Garbodor, then we're okay. Because this Gardevoir gets a knockout on it. They will see a Garbodor coming down. Okay. Alright, so he will knock out our Gallade. I forget they're weak to Psychic. There's a Coco coming down. Okay. And will we see Ender? Now, nope. Just going to Trash Lunch here. Alright, so Trash Land's doing 260 damage. Going to go down to 4 price cards. We'll send up the Gardevoir. And we know we're going to top deck a Rare Candy. So on our turn, we will Rare Candy, Gardevoir. So 3, 6, 9, 12. We'll attach a DC to the active. We'll Super Rod to shuffle back in 1, 2, 3. I'm actually going to shuffle the Fairy Energy back in there just a little better. I think so. We can Lele for in ourselves down to 3. Or we can just hold the Lele for Sycamore. How many ins have we played? We've played 2 so far. So yeah, I'm going to Lele for in. Just so we have the in out of our deck. I really don't want to in our deck so we don't draw into it. So I'm going to go for in here. I'm going to shuffle up, get some new cards. Okay, so there go in. We'll play the in. We'll go down to, we'll get 3. They get 4. And let's see, what do we find here? We find a Gallade and a Rare Candy. Oh my goodness. That is broken. Oh my goodness. So we'll Rare Candy into the Gallade. Alright, so there we go. Brokenvoir showing itself right now. Alright, so we'll Premonition. We're going to draw 4 cards here. I'm going to put the Fairy Energy on top. Lele. And the rest is really not going to matter. I think I want to draw to the Kirlia. No, I want to draw to the Brigette first. Just so we can have a supporter card if needed for next turn. We will Abyssal Hand for 4. Okay. We can Secret Spring to the Gallade. So there's our cards coming out. We'll Secret Spring to the Gallade. And we'll Infinite Force for the knockout here. So yeah, there we go. Infinite Force. Yep, we'll do Infinite Force for the knockout. 36, 9, 12, 120. Already has 10 damage, whatever. We're going to have 2 price cards. We find a Guzma. Now, Guzma doesn't give us the game just yet because we need another energy on the Gallade. Okay. So trade here. But if you text with the Zork, it's definitely like going to be pretty much game because we have Gallade plus Octillery to draw a bunch of cards and like take a knockout. We know next card is going to be Kirlia, so we don't have the knockout just yet either. Alright, so see Field Blower. Going to get rid of the Parallel City And the choice band, okay. They receive the everything being resetted. And I wonder how much the Parallel City, like, disrupted my opponent, because it looks like he only plays his own Parallel City in his deck. Okay. Alright, so let's see what else he's got here. Now, what we could do is, like, maybe, like, Super Rod a card back in the deck. Maybe... at that point, no, we'll just have to... Yeah, we'll Super Rod for one card, and then we'll have 5 in hand. Maybe Lele for nothing? I don't know. We'll just see. Our opponent is taking a second. So puzzle time. All right. So I definitely think we're playing against like a Lispod, Gardevoir, Zoroark deck or something crazy like that. If I was taking a wild guess, I think that's what we're playing. So there we see an Ultra Ball in going to his hand. Okay. So we're definitely going to see it in this turn, which is fine with me because our hand doesn't have a game just yet. We have a Lele in the deck. We have some Guzmas. I think we have 2 Guzmas in the deck. We haven't played any of them. We should have 3, but I think 1 is prized. We see Ultra Ball. I'm going to go Cobalion. Oh, baby. Cobalion. If he finds a counter energy this turn, he can actually take a knockout. And there we see it in. Can he find a counter energy? That would be insane to see right now. Alright, so let's see. What do we find? There's a Guzma and a Gallade. Did he find a counter energy? But I mean, we're going to be able to see 5 cards of our deck. And draw 1. So we're going to see the next 6. If we don't see an energy, that would be pretty crazy. We really haven't played too many, and he did not find a counter energy, unfortunately. And there we see a Kirlia coming out. We will Premonition. And there's the energy right there. And that's what makes the deck so good. You got the Gallade, you got the Octillery, so we get Abyssal Hand, draw the energy, bring up the Zoroark, and take a knockout. So we'll Abyssal Hand for some couple. We'll Seeker Spring to the Gallade, and we'll take a knockout this game. So let's Seeker Spring to the Gallade. We'll Guzma, bring up the Zoroark, and take the game. Alright, so Guzma, bring up the Zoroark, send up our Gallade, and we'll take this game. Now, some people might say this is like, you know, isn't that really a good game to see because we have a weakness on the Zoroark, but Zoroark is definitely a really good deck going into the Memphis regionals. So press done. We'll go to game number 2, and yeah, so here we go. So I mean, like I said, we got 3 games to play. So this is game number 2. We are playing against a Psychic Fairy Grass Dark deck. Is it another repeat? Is it another Zoroark Lispod deck? Alright, so let's see. So we lost coin flip. We'll be going second this game. Okay. Alright. So we start with Vulpix. Oh my goodness, that's so good. So good. Alright, so start Vulpix. We'll put down a Ralts. And we'll start the party. Ralts, come on now. Oh, he has 3 Pokemon turn 1. Alright, so Ralts we put down, press done, and we'll see what happens here, guys. So, we see Wimpod, and Zora. So yeah, it is the Zoroark Lispod deck. They receive Brigette Spaghetti coming out. Gonna search for this Pokemon. This matchup is gonna be a little bit different. They had the Wimpods out. Unfortunately, like last game, we like probably shut them down a little bit. But on our turn, we find a Field Blower. Okay. We get Ultra Ball. Discard the... probably the Field Blower and the Gardevoir, because I want to keep the Guzmas in our deck, okay? Definitely with the Guzmas in there. So I'm going to grab a Lele, okay? With the Lele, we'll 1 attack for Brigette, set up our field. I didn't even check to see Brigette was in there. I'm just like, well, I just hope Bridget's in there. Just walking blindly. Alright, but there it is. Yeah, I mean, you play 2 of them. Like, realistically, you should have priced 2 of them, but it could happen. So Brigette here for 2 Ralts. And a Remoraid. Octillery's in there, so that's really good. So we'll grab these guys, and we are going to Fear Energy to a Ralts and Beacon. I'm going to grab a Octillery and a Kirlia. Yep. Alright, so we have Octillery for next, and we have a Kirlia as well. One thing we could do is, like, put Kirlia on a Ralts, promote the other Ralts, put down Octillery. They receive a Zoroark, the standard one coming down, okay, and they receive in. Gonna get rid of our hand. And we'll both get 60 cards. Now, the good thing is, if they take a knockout, they're knocking out Vulpix, which I really don't care about. This hand is not the best. And they receive Gillespot coming out. We will see a first impression this turn. Oh boy, now this is somewhat the downside of playing a Stage Dude deck. Who do I send up in this situation? Do I just send up the Ralts and hope to hit nice? Or do I send up this Ralts and like whatever, like if we get Rare Candy Ralts and then a Rare Candy Guardi, then we'll revolve whatever. We'll play in here, okay. Let's see, do we find Rare Candy? And we do not, but we do find a Parallel City, so we can negate our opponent's field down to 3. So we'll do that real quick. We'll put their side down to 3. Alright. They'll probably discard, like, I don't even know who they discard here. Okay, Coco is 1, okay. And Zora. Alright, so now we'll just pass, unfortunately. But he can take a knockout this turn unless he finds a Floatstone on this Zork or a Guzma or something. Alright, so they receive a Zork. Well, Guzma and Energy to retreat. Okay, so we see Zork coming down. And our hand is relatively bad right now, too. Just because we have to Sycamore this turn. So Choice Band going to the bench. Zork, okay. That's not a Floatstone. That's good news for us, okay. So there's a Sycamore. Now, he could find a DC and go for First Impression, but then he, like, puts himself in an Arca situation where we could maybe knock him out. There we see another Glisspot coming down. We see a trade. He could find a DC for the Zork, but then he could get knocked out by this guy if we evolve this turn, okay? So there we see a DC to the Zork. We're going to see a stand, and he has to take a knockout with the Zork this turn. Alright, so 3, 6, 9, 12. If we find 1 energy in Rare Candy Gardevoir, we're good to go. So, send the Ralts on our turn. Can we type it an Ultra Ball, and we find a Fade Energy. Alright, we'll put a Fade Energy in the active. We will Super Rod to shuffle back in 1, 2, 3. And we will just Sycamore, discarding a Max Potion and a Rare Candy, unfortunately. Alright, so what do we find? And we find everything we need. Okay, so we can we could Rare Candy Gallade, but then Glisspot can take a knock on us pretty easily. So I'm gonna Ultra Ball. I'm gonna discard the Field Blower and Lele. Man. Yeah, I'll discard a Lele here. We'll grab a Gardevoir. Okay, so we're going to take a knockout this turn for sure. Yeah, we'll grab the Gardevoir. I think that is the better play right here. Just want to establish an attacker. We'll take a knockout. He's really not throwing a knockout this turn, so that's really good for us. So we'll just Infinite Force for the knockout here. Just do it 120. Go down to 5 prize cards. I think this is better for sure. So we get a DCE, which is nice. But we discarded Max Potion, so we really need a Max Potion in our hand for this turn. Okay. Now, one thing we could see is maybe a Crossing Cut GX. That could be a thing that can happen this turn. It does 150. He could go for Armor Press. We have Armor Press here, where he'll have 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21. Minus the 20. Okay, so we see a Zork coming up. Okay, so on our opponent's turn, we're going to draw a card. Let's see what our opponent does here. Now, he does have Parallel City on his side of the field, so he needs to find a Field Blower to get rid of that. That is definitely hurting his side of the field right now. Right to his beating is going to do 20, 40, 60, so 40. There's a Mallow. Going to put 2 cards on top of his deck, and then he can trade and draw into those 2 cards that he needs. It definitely seems like we're playing against Tord right now. Alright. So is he a trade? He's going to discard a card, draw 2 new cards. What he could find here is maybe like a Guzma and an Energy, maybe? So the Field Blower, get rid of the Parallel City. He said, no, you know, I need this Parallel City gone. It is pretty annoying. So that's funny, we made him waste a Mallow for a Field Blower, pretty much. Okay. Let's see what else he's got here. He's got 3 bench Pokemon, or 3 Pokemon in place. Like I said, he's doing 40. So not too relevant, because we have 190 HP. Then Glisspot still can't take a knockout with the Crossing Cut GX, because it only does 180. Alright, just waiting to see what's going to happen here. Alright, so let's see. So 2 Rare Candies are gone, 1 Super Rod is gone. Both Field Blowers are gone, but I don't think realistically it really matters. The only thing that kind of saves us is like a Choice Band on the Glisspot to one-shot a Lele. Yeah. Okay, so there's a DC in the active. Retreat to Glisspot, and we're going to see a First Pressure for 120. Alrighty. So the question is here. So we see First Pressure for 120. I think I'm going to end and hopefully find a Max Potion heal our guy. So we find him, oh, baby, top deck. So we'll Max Potion the active, okay. We will DC the Gardevoir and we'll play it in. Alright, so we'll both get some new cards here. We find no energy, unfortunately. Alright, so this is actually pretty bad for us. So put down the Ralts. We'll evolve into Kirlia. And we'll have to pass. Yeah, we just don't have a fair energy. How many do we have discarded? Just the 2, right? Just the 2. Yeah, that's very unfortunate for us. Okay. So, to our opponent's turn. We still haven't found our Octillery. We know it's in the deck. We had it at one point, but I got ended away. Okay. So, how many DCs he's down? He's down, what, he's down 2 DCs. That's actually pretty good to note. So, see a trade here. Going to discard a card from his hand. Going to discard a Ultra Ball, draw 2 new cards, okay. Ultra Ball could have grabbed him a Lele and grabbed, like, any supporter card he wanted. Like, if he had a Grass Energy, he could have Lele to knock out the Kirlia on the bench. So, is he a Wonder Tag? Okay, so he already had Lele, I guess. That's why he didn't use the Ultra Ball. And let's see, what does the Lele get him? Maybe an in here? A Guzma, okay. So, Lele's going to Guzma. If I was him, I'd probably knock out the Kirlia just because it's so close to being involved. Maybe the Remoraid, just to get it off the field. But I think the Kirlia is more threatening, just because it can be another Gardevoir. It could be whatever it wants to be. We see another Tapu Lele coming down, too, for an Ace Sorola. We're definitely just going to end that out of his hand. Like, 100%. Like, 100%. So, Guzma, bring out the Kirlia like I thought. Going to send the Zark, okay. DC to the active, and we'll see a Riotous beating for the knockout. Doing just 80 damage, though. So, we'll send about Gardevoir. On our turn, what is going to happen? Well, okay, so we found a Kirlia. We'll put down the Kirlia, and we'll end here. Alright, so let's see, what do we get with this end? Please give me something good, Pokemon. And, alright, so 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21. So we can put a DC on the active. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 2, 10. Yeah, so put a DCE... Seeker Spring, the Fair Energy to the active. And we will go for an Infinite Force for the knockout. Alright, so now he has no more Zoroark GX in play either, so that's really good for us. We go down to 3 prize cards, we find a Sycamore and a N. Alrighty. We are down 3 DCs though. Here comes a Tapu Lele. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He can do 140, which doesn't knock us out. There's a Grass Energy to the active. Looks like we are going to see a first impression this turn. But what we can do is choice band the active, play a Sycamore, try to load up at bench Gardevoir, and take the last prize cards that way. So choice band to the active, first impression for 150. Okay. So into our turn, we find a Fair Energy. Okay, so let's see here. Okay. So no choice band has been played. So I'm going to choice span the active. So 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21. We'll Seeker Spring to the bench because we're taking a knockout right now. And we're going to play a Sycamore. Just discard our hand, draw on 7 new cards. And let's see, what do we find? We found Octillery, Gardevoir. Okay, so put down the Octillery. We'll put down the Ralts. We'll put down the Gardevoir. We'll Seeker Spring to this Gardevoir. Okay, so we'll Seeker Spring here. And we'll Abyssal Hand for 2. We still haven't attached energy per turn. So Abyssal Hand for 2. Let's see, what do we find? We find a Max Potion to DC. So attach a DC to the bench. And we'll go for that Infinite Force for the knockout. Alright, so 210. We have another Gardevoir that's ready to go. We have Octillery on the field. Fair Energy and DC coming to our hand. We can do so much damage next turn. So here comes the Lele. What can our opponent do? I don't think they can really do anything this turn, unfortunately. Like, yeah, they're going to get a knockout, and yeah, there's the victory screen. Like I said, I think this is a very good matchup for Gardevoir. It plays all those Max Potions and everything like that. But then Gardevoir has to worry about all the metal decks, all the metal hype that is coming. But we'll play one last game of the deck. Currently, we are 2-0. We can see why Brokenvoir is so strong in this format right now. Alright. And let's see, what do we get here? We're playing against a fighting and a psychic deck. So maybe some kind of Buzzwole deck, maybe spread the damage and try to de-evolve us. That is always a scary thing when playing this deck. Buzzwole can hit the bench. It gets spread very easily. It has 190 HP. And, and we have a bad hand. This is actually, yeah, this is actually a bad hand. Because we have to bridge at turn 1. Attach, retreat to... whoever, and they receive a Lycanroc, we see Fighting Energy. It looks like it was multiple mulligans. I didn't hit the arrow button. Looks like, how many Pokemon, how many mulligans is it? It is 2, right? So draw, there's a Kirlia, Alright, he's stopping the Tapu Lele. Lovely. Alright, but at least we have Brigette in hand, so we don't have the Lele for Brigette, like my opponent might have to. So there's the Ultra Ball, which is probably going to grab the Brigette, that's probably what we'll see here. Alright, so Ultra Ball discarding a Fighting Energy, and... Oh, did he discard 2 already? And a Lycanroc, okay. So still got a Lycanroc deck. I wonder if it's... Okay, so there's Lele for Brigette. Yeah. Yeah, this is so common turn. Just a common turn 1 nowadays. But man, both games, that one Parallel City went the distance. It did. It went the... Man, that was pretty good. So Brigette here, Brigette Spaghetti making an appearance. Alright. Let's see, what does the Brigette Spaghetti get him? Probably just like some Buzzwalls. Maybe some Rock Ruffs. What is that card? Is this the full art? Okay, so full art Buzzwall. Alright, so Floodstone to the active, Strong Energy, retreat to Buzzwall, and a pass. Alright, so that's kind of smart him for retreating, because we're definitely just going to bump that. So we'll Brigette here. We'll grab 2 Ralts and a Vulpix. I really want to grab a Remoraid this turn, but unfortunately we cannot. So we'll put a Fairy in the active. We'll treat into the Vulpix, and we'll go for that Beacon here. Yeah, with the Beacon, I'm gonna grab a Gardevoir and a Remoraid, because we can Rare Candy Remoraid. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do here. So on our opponent's turn. Like I said, the thing I'm scared about this Buzzwall deck is it can de-evolve us. So Fighting Fury to the active, okay, and an end. Oh, our hand was so good. Alright, so 3, 4, 5, 6. He's actually taking a knock on the active, which is fairly annoying, okay. So another Strong Energy in the active. This could get out of hand really quickly. Alright, so Jet Punch for the knockout and 30 damage to a bench Ralts. Okay. So it goes out of 5 price cards. We'll send the Ralts with the 30 damage. And on to our turn, what do we find? We find a Guzma. Alright, so I think I'm just going to end here and just get a new hand of 6. Oh boy, this is going to be bad, guys. Well, we'll put a DC in the bench to Lele, and we'll pass. Now, if he has a Guzma here, or a Lycanroc, he can take a double knockout this turn. I did want to waste a Max Potion on that, though. So we are going to go down price cards here. Alright, so we see a Lycanroc coming up. Going to bring up the Ralts, take a double knockout here. We did have Max Potion. I guess in hindsight, we definitely should have played it to rid this double knockout. So we see end. Okay. I guess I'm okay with the end. Hope we can find another Ralts. Maybe find that Super Rod we had in our hand. Okay, there's a guard. Okay, there's some stuff. But outside of that, we really don't have too much. Alright, so Jet Punch. So let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 140, 170. Yeah, we're not taking a knock on this guy, unfortunately. And he's going to punch us to like a billion pieces next turn. Alright, so in our turn, why do we top deck? Give me something good. Alright, a DCE. That's not good. It's not what I was talking about, Pokemon. Okay. Alright, so we can Parallel City them down to 3, I guess? Okay. We'll put a DC in the active. We'll Field Blower, get rid of 1 and 2. Okay. We'll put down Remoraid, and we'll just Energy Drive. Alright, so this looks like it is going to be a fortunate opponent's game to lose here. I mean, he's going to Knuckle Impact for like a billion damage, and we can't retreat the Remoraid. The deck doesn't play Floodstones. Alright, so see a DC going to Lycanroc. We'll see a Super Rod, and that's pretty much going to be game. And this is why the Buzzwall deck might actually be good, because the Buzzwall deck is so fast. Like, we saw it, like, punch us, like, real quick. I do think, in hindsight, yeah, I definitely should have, Max Potion, and it would have been a totally different game. But, you know, stuff happens. I thought we at least would have found one Rare Candy, something. But, unfortunately, we did not. See a knockout here. Going down to 1 price card. On to our turn. We find a Rare Candy. We'll Rare Candy nothing. And yeah, we'll discard a Stadium. Sure. Let's discard any Stadium. There we go. Is it any Stadium card? Any Stadium card to play. What? Any Stadium card? There's not multiple. But yeah, there we go. So the Brokenvoir deck will... Okay, Fighting Energy there. Okay. Is he going to do something cool? Okay. Just Claw Slash. Oh, man. Wait, can he not attack again next turn? Oh, he can't attack again next turn. That's why he had to put the energy there. Okay, okay. Fair enough. Yeah, man, if he whiffed the energy, we might have had a chance. There's no way he was going to whiff that, guys. But yeah, there we go. There's the Gardevoir-GX deck. I still think... I mean, obviously, we saw how strong this deck was. Like, it's super strong. Like, the 2 games we played was amazing. But the problem we saw there that sometimes you see is that you can just dead draw, not have anything, and be kind of in a bad situation. The deck is a stage 2, so you do have to set up. Like, we had a really good turn 2, and then he ended us away. A lot of decks are going to do that, so that's gonna be the debate there. Like, yeah, Gardevoir's really good. It's really, really good once it sets up, but if you can't get set up, you actually can't win games, which is what happened there with the Buzzwell deck. But guys, there we go. There is the Brokenvoir deck. It's really fun. I think it is going to be probably one of the biggest decks. I think that Zork might actually beat out Guardy in like more popular decks because Zork is so much fun. It's pretty, like, straightforward. Like, you just, like, fill your bench up, your Riotous Beating, you just have to Extreme Mix the Rolls. I think it's a little bit easier to set up, too. So, I think consistency-wise, like, it is going to be played. I think the Zork Gallade will be played more, but I think better-wise, I think Gardevoir does have the advantage, but it will be more countered with all the metal decks, so that's going to be a big thing to think about when you're going to Memphis Regionals. But, guys, there we go. There is the Gardevoir deck, Brokenvoir, whatever you call it. But, guys, hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Have a good day. Hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you tomorrow for another Memphis Regionals testing. Alrighty, bye. Alright, guys, I just want to give a quick shout out to our 3 sponsors, 60 Cards, Yeti Gaming, and the Pokemon Company International. Links to everything will be down below in the description. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Alrighty.